Hi everybody, how are you? I hope you have been singing All God's Critters Got a Place in the Choir. It's one of my favorite songs to sing with kids or frankly without kids. And we did it a few years ago at VBS. Lots and lots of fun to sing. So hopefully you've heard it and you've been singing along. And if not, have mom or dad show you either in the email that I sent or on Facebook, and you can sing along. Lots of fun. So in honor of that song, we are going to read one of my very favorite books to read aloud ever. This book was introduced to my family when my kids were little, and we've pretty much been reading it ever since, or at least I have, and we still quote lines from this book because it's so fun. And now that my kids are big and they're too cool to have me read to them, I read it to your kids. So I have lots of fun with it, and I hope you do too. So this is called Hunting the White Cow, and it takes place in Kentucky, and it's all about this white cow that gets loose from the farm, and nobody can catch her because she's too smart to get caught. And you will see that there are some lines that are repeated over and over, and as I go along, you'll see where they are, and you can say them along with me because it's lots of fun. But if you're going to do it, you have to do it in your best Southern accent. So are y'all ready? Let's read. Somewhere north of Priceville, there's a white cow nobody can catch. She used to be ours, but she went wild. When she first got loose, Mr. Matthew, who helps Daddy run the farm, said, "Let's get a rope and go catch that buster." So he and Daddy put on their overalls and feed caps and pulled up their old brown crusty cow pie boots and got into the orange pickup truck to hunt the white cow. "Can I come?" I asked. But Daddy said no, they'd be back in a few minutes. I woke up when they came stomping on the porch around midnight. Mr. Matthew had mud all up and down one side, and Daddy had lost his feed cap. Mama plucked the leaves out of his hair. They didn't catch the white cow. "I tell you what," said Mr. Matthew, "that cow is one tough dude." "I always said she was smart," said Daddy. "Smartest cow in the county." That cow was so smart she kept hid for weeks. The next we heard of her was when Ollie Jarbo, who owns the store, called on the phone and said, "Y'all's white cow is in Wilson's tobacco patch." This time, Daddy called up Uncle Bill and Uncle Bob to help hunt the white cow. They drove up with their overalls and feed caps and cow pie boots already on and ready to go. "Can I come?" I asked. But Uncle Bill said it would only take them half an hour. "I'll believe that when I see it," said Mama. They missed dinner. Daddy had so many stick ties stuck to him, he looked plum green. Uncle Bob groaned and rubbed his legs where he'd been run through a patch of sawbriars. All four smelled like they'd rolled in tobacco. "I tell you what," said Mr. Matthew, "that cow is one tough dude." "And smart," said Daddy. "Smartest cow in the county." "And fat, I reckon," said Uncle Bill. "Lord, what a cow." "She always had a purty calf," said Uncle Bob. "You got a fine cow there." "If you can ever catch her," said Mama. We never did see the white cow again for a month. But then Ollie Jarbo called and said, "Y'all's cow is in Horton's cornfield eating like an old sow." Daddy took no chances. He called Pawpaw to come help him and Mr. Matthew and Uncle Bill and Uncle Bob hunt the white cow. Pawpaw wore the crustiest cow pie boots I ever saw. "Can I come?" I asked. But Pawpaw said they'd only be gone an hour and a half. They had a secret weapon. Pawpaw was the best cow caller in southern Kentucky. He'd holler, "Sook! Sook! Sook! Wee-hoo! Sook!" And every cow for miles would moo and follow him like a dog. They'd get the white cow for sure. They didn't get the white cow. Mama had to help wring Daddy out from falling in the creek. Mr. Matthew shook the corn out of his boots. Uncle Bob picked the dirt out of his teeth with a toothpick. And Pawpaw and Uncle Bill took turns rubbing each other's knees. "I tell you what," said Mr. Matthew, "that cow is one tough dude." "And smart," said Daddy. "And fat, I reckon," said Uncle Bill. "She always had a purty calf, I recollect," said Uncle Bob. "And the sweetest milk you've ever tasted," said Pawpaw. "That cow's never been milked in her life," said Mama. Nobody paid her any mind. We never did see that cow again till I saw her myself. I'd spent the day in the woods, and just about dusk I spied her in the top pasture. I stalked up quiet-like. I could hear her tearing up the grass and munching it into a cud and breathing heavy like cows do and switching her tail in the warm air. I could almost touch her, and she looked right at me. But she didn't run. She let me lead her by the old rope around her neck till we got to the woods, and then she stopped. "Cow," I said, "I ain't letting go of this rope." She looked at me as if to say, "I ain't going no further." Well, I wasn't about to let go of the famous white cow. "You ain't so smart," I said. "Daddy'll come looking for me and see I caught you and brag on me something awful." I waited a while and it got dark. I waited a while longer and I got sleepy. I leaned up against a stump with the rope tied around my wrist so that old cow couldn't go nowhere. Well, guess what? I didn't catch the white cow. Daddy found me asleep by the stump, but that old cow had just wrapped the rope around a tree and broke it off. When I got home, everybody had something to say. "I tell you what," said Mr. Matthew, "that cow is one tough dude." "And smart," said Daddy. "And fat, I reckon," said Uncle Bill. "She always had a purty calf," said Uncle Bob. "And the sweetest milk you ever tasted," said Pawpaw. I didn't say anything, but I did keep the white cow's rope, and it's held my pants up ever since. Pawpaw's gonna teach me cow calling. Watch out, white cow. Watch out. So what'd you think? Didn't you love that book? Yeah, I think so. All right, so this week, you make sure you keep your eye out for the white cow. All right? All right, y'all. See you next time. Bye.